Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to the HungerMitao segment, brought to you by the Indian American Council. We are your hosts, Raj and Aradhana Asava. Through this radio show, we raise awareness about the rampant hunger issue right here in North Texas and share ways in which each one of us, in the spirit of Give Where You Live, can make a difference.
Yes, listeners, please take a minute to visit ntfb.org/IAC to learn how the Indian American Council, a purely volunteer group, helps local North Texas Food Bank in its fight against hunger in North Texas. Again, the website is ntfb.org/IAC.
So, Aradhana, today is the actual Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving to all our listeners and supporters. A heart filled with gratitude for all of life's blessings recharges our batteries like nothing else. Today, we are actually recording this show from Aradhana's kitchen. Hope all of you are also enjoying time with family and friends and feasting together.
That's right. And Raj, as we start setting the dining table for a wonderful Thanksgiving meal, together with family and friends, we are also watching kids running around and playing all over the house.
Making a mess.
Yeah, they are. But it's such a wonderful scene. Unfortunately, this is not being replicated across all households.
Friends, we have regularly shared with you that about 20% of school-going children do not know where their next meal will come from. Thanks to North Texas Food Bank, more than 23 million meals were provided to Food Challenge children last year. Today, we thought it would be appropriate to learn about the Food Bank's Kids program.
Yeah.
How does the Food Bank work to feed the 1 in 5 kids that is hungry in North Texas?
Today we are welcoming Madison Messenger, Child Program Administrator with North Texas Food Bank. Madison's been with the Food Bank for 3.5 years, and Raj and I have really enjoyed working with her through the IAC. So glad to have you on our program today, Madison.
Thank you.
Can you briefly talk about your role at the Food Bank?
Of course. I oversee our child programs team, which consists of two child programs. We have our Food for Kids program and our school pantries. Food for Kids is probably our most well-known. This is our weekend backpack program. We send kids home every Friday during the school year with about 4 to 5 pounds of shelf-stable, kid-friendly items to provide nourishment over the weekend. Food for Kids currently operates in about 300 schools across our 13-county service area, and we can serve up to 11,000 kids a week during our busy months.
Wow.
Yeah, interestingly, Madison, what we have found is that over the last 2 years, over 3,000 people from IAC have volunteered, and that is the most popular shift. Food for Kids program. It really catches your heartstrings. I've seen families volunteer together, kids, volunteering, and they're saying, "Oh my gosh, I didn't realize there's another child who is hungry." And now because of their experience on the Food for Kids line, kids are bringing the parents back to come out and volunteer.
That's wonderful.
It is amazing. So tell us a little bit more about the school pantries program, Madison.
Right. Well, our school pantries are a little bit different. They are pop-up pantries. They're not in-school brick-and-mortar pantries. So these pop-up distributions typically take place in the school cafeteria about once a month. We provide every student with 20 pounds of shelf-stable items and 15 pounds of produce. So it's a little more food than the Food for Kids program, but this is geared towards families, not an individual child. So the goal here is to provide supplemental assistance, and we currently operate in 7 schools and serve around 1,700 people a month.
Wow, significant.
Yeah. So it's my job as the child programs administrator to help support these programs and ensure that our kids are receiving quality food and quality care.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That is so amazing.
I think our listeners would like to know why these programs are so important.
Child hunger is especially devastating.
Yeah.
It can affect a child's ability to learn, to grow, to develop. Children who experience chronic hunger are more likely to miss class, to visit the nurse more often. They are more likely to be the subject of bullying or be a bully themselves. Hunger truly impacts so many different areas of a person's life, of a child's life, from health, performance in school, behavior, mental and emotional development, self-esteem, attention span. I mean, the list just goes on and on.
Yeah.
But the important thing to remember is that hunger is a solvable problem. So there truly is hope for these kids.
Absolutely.
Madison, I love the way you explained it, because we simply think that no child should go hungry, and that's probably where our thoughts stop. But the impact, the effect of a hungry child on his or her development and his or her behavior
And society.
Yeah. It is a long-lasting impact.
Absolutely.
So really, it is our duty for every person to ensure that whatever we can do, let's make sure that no child goes hungry, because this is the fundamental, this is the roots.
It's a building block.
The
Yeah.
building
Right.
block, exactly.
And these children who, are impacted as children by chronic hunger, that effect on their development carries
Yeah.
into their teenage years, their adulthood. Like you said, it truly has an impact on society for decades.
Exactly.
Yeah,
No, that's
absolutely.
very well put. I love the way you explained it. So, how are the families impacted during this time of the year, especially the holidays?
People ask us that a lot. And children, the sad truth is that children are at greater risk for food insecurity during the holidays and long school breaks. It's important to keep in mind that these families and these kids rely on free and reduced price meals that they get through school. So when they're not attending school during winter break or summer break, Thanksgiving break, they're not receiving those meals. So during the long school breaks, we really encourage our families to visit our vast partner agency network. That's a network of about 200 partner agencies, food pantries, homeless shelters, soup kitchens. And of course, with the families receiving less food through school, there is a much greater responsibility on those partner agencies to make up the gap and provide more meals this time of year.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, with the whole family being home, the impact on gas bills,
Oh, it puts-
those things put a
Right.
strain on people's budget too.
Yeah, extra
Right.
burden.
Right? I mean,
That's right.
yeah.
So not only are they short of food, and that more people to feed during the holiday time, to go out there, as Anna is saying, there is additional expense associated to go out and procure food. So
Yeah, there's utilities, there's also, possibly daycare people have to pay for. So there's
Yeah.
additional burden on
during the holidays,
their strained budgets.
It's an
Right.
irony of life, as more and more of us look forward to holidays, there are those who are struggling, who dread holidays.
Yes, and I'm so glad that you said that, because it's something that not everyone thinks about. I know that growing up, I always really was excited to go home for
Yeah.
winter break, and
Right.
we talked to some of these kids in the schools, and they have a lot of anxiety around those long breaks.
Yeah.
That's
There's got to be some way we can help, right? How can we help?
Yes. Again, I'm so glad that you asked that, because there are 4 things that you can do to help end hunger in North Texas. That's give $1, give a can, give an hour, or give your voice. So volunteering and advocacy are very important, but during the holidays, we really need those dollars and cans to stock the shelves of food pantries. That's definitely the most efficient way to fight hunger during the holidays.
And North Texas Food Bank can stretch a single $1 to 3 meals.
Correct.
Well, I have some great news. If our listeners go to ntfb.org/IAC right now, we are tripling the impact.
Right.
That
Wow.
means $1 is going to actually enable 9 meals.
That's incredible.
And friends, after listening to Madison, let's make sure that no child goes hungry, especially during this holiday time when the need is significantly more. Madison, I can thank you enough how effectively you explained to us about the children program that you are administering, and the food bank is ensuring that in the 13 counties that they serve, no child goes hungry.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I'm sure our listeners would echo that. Thanks. Because everybody who's come and volunteered here, is always struck by the children's program. And I think everybody will do their part.
That's right.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I love, talking to people about child programs, and thank you for the opportunity to talk about all the great work that we're doing.
Great.
Thank you.
And Madison, I know I want to let our listeners know as well that Madison has been kind enough to also allocate about 5 or 10 volunteering spots at school pantry program. Several of our friends who have come out and volunteered, they have shown interest in working closer to where the needy people are coming in.
The distribution happens.
Yeah, where actual distribution happen. I think food bank calls them the clients, those who are
Correct.
in need of food. So several of them wanted to figure out how can they actually work closer to that. And I think the school pantry program probably one of the best way to do it.
For sure. And I am so excited to have some standing spots set aside for you guys, and I look forward to meeting the volunteers that brings in.
Fantastic.
Thank you again, Madison. Really
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
And thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you.
Friends, this Thanksgiving, I'm personally thankful and grateful for the compassion in the hearts of the North Texas Indian American community. Such a generous community that continues to increase efforts to ensure that the cities that we live in are better off because of our presence, because of our engagement. We live and work here, and we are committed to helping North Texas Food Bank fight hunger.
In fact, we have started to look at the numbers differently now. Instead of 1 in 7 North Texans struggling with hunger, we now look at it as for every person who is food challenged, there are 6 of us who can help.
That's become such a positive statement.
It is a positive statement.
Yeah.
And the community is beginning to show that, Aradhana.
Yeah.
We can solve this issue together. We can contribute to building a strong community. And through a matching challenge going on right now, our donations will be tripled. So, a donation of $1, which typically provided 3 meals, can now provide 9 meals.
That is unprecedented.
It is.
And what a return on investment, folks. If every listener today donated even just $10, we will have made an enormous impact.
Not just listeners. Please donate $10 and tell your friends to do that.
And that's called sharing the joy of giving.
That's right.
Right? So would you please consider that, listeners? Please help make this one the most wonderful time of the year for everyone around us. Please click on the triple match box on the ntfb.org/IAC. As we come to the close of our program today, I thank you all for your generosity and for caring about others around you. Our mission, friends, is HungerMitao. And HungerMitao is as much about eradicating hunger as it is about unifying the fragmented efforts of our Indian American community and focusing it around the humanitarian cause of hunger right where we live.
That's right. We believe that this effort, this unified effort, will in turn further raise the image of the Indian American community in this land that we have made our home. We are and want to be known as smart, compassionate change agents who make this community we live in stronger. We give where we live so our community benefits from our presence. So
And
until
friends,
next week.
Yes, until next week.
Yes.
Remember, we may never be able to eradicate hunger, but it certainly is our duty to ensure that no one goes hungry. HungerMitao, friends.
HungerMitao and a very happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. I have to say this, Aradhana. Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.